Hello everyone. Let's start with something we all use every day. Your phone's keyboard. You know when you type, "My favorite color is," and it suggests red, green, or maybe blue. That's like a mini LLM at work, guessing what you'll say next. Well, large language models, LLMs, are the big version of that. Imagine you are chatting with an AI that writes Shakespearean sonnet, crack calculus problems, and codes better than your roommate. Sounds like science fiction, right? It's only because of large language models. LLMs are reshaping everything from creativity to coding. I am Nasir Ali, lecturer statistics, and today we are pulling back the curtain on how these AI models actually work. Buckle up, this is going to be mind-blowing. Let's have a look at its definition. What is an LLM? Large language models, or LLMs, are advanced AI systems trained on massive amounts of text data, such as books, articles, code, and even social media posts. They use deep learning algorithms, a type of machine learning inspired by the human brain to analyze patterns, predict sequences, and generate human-like text. In short, you can say that LLMs are like supercharged autocomplete engines. They don't think. They predict the next word based on context. And with enough data and computing power, these predictions become so accurate they mimic human writing. Remember the Shakespearean sonnet or coding example I mentioned earlier? That's LLMs in action. All right, friends, so how do we turn that mini LLM from your keyboard into a full LLM? First, we start with a clear objective. We decide what is the purpose of our chatbot, whether it's for research purpose, powering an e-commerce site with AI-based chatbot, or solve math problems. Once you have clear goal, next step is to collect relevant data. Gather tons of text like available books, blogs, Wikipedia, and chat we can find. After defining a clear objective, next comes pre-training phase. This is where our LLM dive in, reading everything to build its smarts, like a kid soaking up stories. After that, we fine-tune model. Fine-tuning mean improving model by choosing different parameters. It's same like a special lessons to make it really good at what we need. Finally, launch an improvement. We set it free to help us and keep tweaking, change word, it as it learns from the real world. These 5 steps and boom, an AI that's ready to amaze us. Isn't that incredible? Now, training is done somehow, but the million-dollar question is, how are they smart enough? Here's the answer to your question. LLMs are trained using an unsupervised approach on large volumes of both open source and licensed data, such as the Pile, 825 gigabytes, which includes web content, research papers, patents, books, Archive articles, Stack Exchange discussions, mathematical problems, and computer code. Another source may be Common Crawl, approximately 20 billion URLs, and there are other sources as well. You all are familiar with GPT-3, but do you know GPT-3 is trained on 175 billion parameters? That's a very big number. And if we look at GPT-4, it's still undisclosed, but estimated parameters for GPT-4 are 500 billion to 1,000 billion. And for now, at least, bigger is better. Now, one more question that arises in your mind is, how do they smartly give you responses? Responses are improved using question-response pairs, Instruct GPT, sourced from the web, human annotations, or self-generated by the model. Reinforcement learning with human feedback, RLHF, is then applied to guide the model toward generating appropriate responses, serving as a form of guardrails. Last but not least, constitutional AI, trained to filter responses based on, for example, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So, what is constitutional AI? Constitutional AI is a training framework that ensures AI systems align with ethical principles, such as those in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR. The AI is programmed to self-censor harmful or unethical responses by filtering its outputs through these predefined rules. For example, if asked to generate dangerous advice, Claude 2 will refuse, citing values like privacy, equality, or safety. If you ask Claude 2, how can I hack into someone's email? Without constitutional AI, it might provide step-by-step instructions. With constitutional AI, it will refuse, citing principles like respect privacy and security. Now, Our LLMs are trained and super smart. What can they do? Let's check out the types of chatbots. First, we've got text-to-text models. These are the ones that chat with you, like answering questions or writing stories, just using words. Then there's text-to-image. Say something, and they make a picture, like turning sunset into a beautiful drawing. Next up, text to PPT. They can whip up slides, maybe even help with this one. How about text to video? Type a few words and bam, a little movie appears. And finally, text to audio. They talk back or make sounds like a voice reading your message. From texting to creating, these chatbots show off how amazing LLMs can be. Pretty cool, right? If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section and don't forget to hit subscribe button.